video, we are going to be looking at the perimeter of rectilinear shapes. So, what is perimeter? Well, perimeter is the distance all the way around a shape. The length of each side is added together, and that's what gives us the perimeter. A rectilinear shape is a shape that has straight sides, and it's made up of right angles. Okay, let's have a look at some examples then. So here I've got a rectangle. Now I know that in a rectangle, opposite sides are the same. So if this length here in my rectangle is worth 7 centimetres, the opposite side is also going to be worth 7 centimetres. And similarly over here, if this side is worth 3 centimetres, so is this side. Now, sometimes we have the measurements given to us like this. However, if I didn't have the measurements, I could count the squares or the grid lines given to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I know each side of my rectangle. Now I need to add them all together. Now, for this particular example, you should be able to work it out mentally because you know that 7 plus 3, thinking about your number bonds, is 10, and another 7 plus 3 is 10, and then 2 10s are 20. So the perimeter of this shape is 20 centimetres. Okay, let's have a look at another example. So you can either choose to add the lengths or count the grid lines. So let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, as I've just said, with a rectangle, opposite sides are the same. So if this is 6, this side's going to be 6. And if this side's 5, this side will be 2. Okay, again, you can choose to do this mentally or write it down using what you know. So, if I was going to work this out mentally, I know that 5 plus 5 equals 10, and 6 plus 6 equals 12, and then 10 plus 12, you may wish to do this using column method or mentally, is 22. So the perimeter of this shape is going to be 22 centimetres. Don't forget to always add your unit of measure on as well. It's very important. Okay, final example then with the grid lines. So here in this rectangle I've got a measurement of 9 by 1. So if I was going to add them all together, 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 9 is 19, plus another 1 is 20. So the perimeter for this rectangle is 20 metres. Notice how the unit of measure has changed to metres this time. Right, here are 3 examples that I'd like you to have a go at. So you may want to pause the video now and have a try. Let's see what you've got then. So having a look at this first rectangle here. So I've got 8 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do 8 plus 4, which is 12, and another 8 plus 4, which is also 12. Add the lengths together, and hopefully you got 24 metres. Okay, let's have a look at this one over here. You'll notice that this time the unit of measure is in kilometres. So you've got 6 by 2. So 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2. Well, if I was going to do this mentally, I'd do 6 plus 2, which is 8, plus another 6 plus 2, that's another 8, and 8 plus 8 I know is 16. So the perimeter is 16 kilometres. Okay, looking at this one then, the opposite sides are the same, they're both worth 10, so that's 20. These are worth 5 each, so that's another 10. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 30 centimetres. Okay, let's have a look at some more examples then. This time you will see that there are no grid lines. So if you have an example like this, you would need to use the lengths given to you, or sometimes the lengths aren't given to you and you have to measure them yourself. Okay, in this example I've got 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3. Now I can do this mentally. So I'm doing 7 plus 3 equals 10. Okay, you can put a little tick next to each measurement so that you know that you've already added that, so you don't end up adding it twice, which is quite common. Add another 7 plus 3. That's another 10. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 20 centimetres. On this example, I don't have all the measurements given to me. Now, if you remember what I said about rectangles, hopefully that will help you to work this out. I said that opposite sides were the same. So the opposite side to this is below down here. So if this is 23 metres, this side is going to be 23 metres. Similarly, if this side is 12 metres, this side is going to be 12 metres. Now you can add them up to get the perimeter. So 23 plus 23 plus 12 plus another 12, okay. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus another 2 is 10. I'll carry that 10 down there. And then 2 plus 2 is 4, plus another 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 70 metres. Right, okay, let's have a look at these examples. I wonder if you can add all of the lengths together to find out these perimeters. You may want to pause the video now whilst you have a go. Okay, let's see what you got then. So having a look at this pentagon here, hopefully you should have done 8 plus 8 plus 13 plus 9 plus 13. So 13 plus 13 plus 8. Now I'm going to fill that placeholder there with a 0 so I don't get my columns confused, because in 8 it's just 8 ones, there are no 10s. Plus another 8, okay, and I can tick them off so I know that I'm adding them just once. Plus 9, okay, so 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 8 is 14, plus another 8 is 22, plus 9 is 31. So put my 1 in there, carry my 3. And 1 plus 1, I've got no more digits to add here, plus the 3 that I carried over is 5. So the perimeter of this pentagon is 51 centimetres. Okay, let's have a look at this hexagon now. Okay, do you remember what I said about opposite sides being the same? If this length here is 15, the opposite side down here is also going to be 15. And if this side's 23, this side is going to be 23. And so are these sides here. Okay, right. Parts of this I can do mentally. So I know from my knowledge of doubles, I know that 15 plus 15 is 30. So that I can tick them off now. So I can do 30 plus 23 or 23. Well, if I can double that, I know that 20 plus 20 is 40, 3 plus 3 is 6, 46. So I've done those two. And I've got two more 23s to add here, and two of those I've just done is 46. Now, of course, you could write each number out individually, but if you can use your other mathematical knowledge, such as doubling, that really helps. So 30 plus 46 plus 46. So 0 plus 6 plus 6 is 12. To put my 2 in the ones, carry the 10. 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus the 1 there is 12. I've got nothing more to add, so I just put the 12 in. So my answer is 122 centimetres. The perimeter is 122. Okay, the last shape then, all the measurements are given to me. Okay, now I wonder if you have used your knowledge of doubles here, being able to add mentally. If you haven't, that's fine. If you've written out all the individual numbers, that's okay as well. So I know that 6 plus 6 is 12. So I'm going to tick those off. So I've got 12 plus 14 and another 14. Again, I can add these by doubling them. So 10 plus 10 is 20, 4 plus 4 is 8. So 28 plus 9. Okay, so I've added all of those up. Okay, if I'm looking at my ones, I've got 2 plus 8, that's 10, plus 9 is 19. And 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4, 49. So the perimeter of this shape here is 49 centimetres. Okay, let's have a look at some more examples. So, as you can see on this shape, I've been given 8 centimetres, 4 centimetres and 10 centimetres. Now, using your knowledge of rectangles is going to be really important at this stage. So, opposite sides measure the same. So, if I was to look at the opposite of this side, 4 centimetres, this side is going to be worth 4 centimetres. Okay, I know that this is going to be 8 centimetres and this side is going to be worth 10 centimetres and all of these edges here are going to be worth 4 as well. Okay, I'll draw a little arrow so you can see exactly which side I'm pointing to. And I've just got one more here to label up. Okay, right. Now I can add all of these edges up. Now, what I would say is because I've got more numbers to add, I would definitely recommend ticking them off as you go so you don't either miss a number or you don't count a number twice. So I've got 2 10s. I'm going to tick those off, which I know is 20. Then I've got 8 plus 8, tick those off, that's 16. Plus I've got 4 plus 4 here, that's 8. Making sure you line up your columns. I've got another 2 4s here, that's another 8. I've got 2 more 4s here, another 8, 2 more 4s here as well. Okay, now I can see that I have counted up all of the lengths there on the shape, and now I can add. So 6 plus 8 is 14, plus another 8 is 22, plus another 8 is 30, plus another 8 is 38. I'm going to put my 8 in the ones, carry the 3, and then I've got 2 10s plus 1 10 plus 3 10s, that is 6 10s. So the perimeter of this shape is 68 centimetres. Okay, here I've got 2 shapes for you to have a go at, so you may want to pause the video now and have a try. Okay, let's have a look at what you got there. Now you will see on these shapes here, all the lengths are given to you. So you've got 17 plus 10. Now I'm going to do that mentally. I know that that's 27. So I've got 27 plus 9 and 11. Thinking about my number bonds, I know that that's 20. So I'm just going to add 20 plus 10, making sure I tick them off as I go around, plus 26. Okay, 7 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6 is 13. My 3 in the ones and carry that 10. 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. So the perimeter of this shape is 83 metres. And finally, looking at this last shape, I have got 15 and 15, going to be 30. And 11 plus 18. So I've got 0 plus 1 plus 8, that's 9. And 3 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. So the perimeter of this shape is 59 centimetres.